Carla. Thank you for choosing to practice with me today. Today we're going to come to a sitting pose called Swastikasana to begin with. Sit on a little bit of height, some smoothly folded blankets are great, so that your knees can descend and your seat can lift up and assist you in that lifting of the sacral region and the whole spine. So taking enough support that you're able to sit upright comfortably. Bring the hands together in the prayer position. When bringing the hands together, don't close off the chest. So roll the shoulders back and down. Keep that lift and openness of the breastbone and that broadness across the collarbones, across the left and right sides of the chest. The lift of the abdomen back to the spine and that broadness across to the sides. Let the eyes close and just take your focus inward for a few breaths. Use those breaths to quieten yourself, to bring your mind to your body, to the mat. That stillness in the brain, that steadiness in the body, that smoothness in the breath. Taking a moment to just disconnect from the outside world to bring your focus to the mat. So if you chant, then perhaps taking a moment to do your chant, or just a moment to feel gratitude for all your blessings. We'll begin with chanting the 3 Oms. Just remain with the eyes closed, just enjoying that delicious quietness, stillness within. And notice where perhaps there is tension, where there is no quietness. Did you tighten the neck, the shoulders, the groins? And release your chin down to that little notch between the collarbones. Keep that spread and openness across the chest. Take the palms onto the lap. And on an inhalation, lift your face up, let the eyes slowly flutter open and focus. Change the cross of the legs. And again, find that full extension of the spine, that openness across the chest, across the abdomen. So the abdomen has to draw back to the spine to support that extension in the lumbar spine. So there should be no pinching in the lumbar spine. And as you open up the chest, also don't pinch into the shoulder blades. Let there be a spread and a smoothness of the skin across the shoulder blades, even as you draw those shoulder blades in to support the openness of the chest. Bring the fingertips, hands together, interlace the fingers to Baddha-Bulyasana. Stretch the arms out in front of you, locking the elbows. Stretch the arms up overhead. Extend the spine, lift the chest, lift into the crown of the head, lengthen up through the arms, make the arms taller, stretch up through, opening the palms, open the zigzag of the hands, and exhale, release. Change the cross of the fingers to the way that maybe feels a little bit awkward. And then extend the arms out in front of you. This time bend the elbows and bring the hands to float above the head. Put that spine long, the chest open. Move the elbows back. And then with the shoulder blades fixed in like that, extend the arms up. Lock the elbows. And as you stretch up, on an exhalation, quieten the thighs down. As you stretch up on an inhalation, lift the sacrum in, lift the abdomen back, lift and open the chest, lift the breastbone, stretch into the palms, lock the elbows, release the shoulders away from the ears, release the thighs, the knees down. Release the hands and extend the legs out in front of you. We're coming to a gentle twist in Dandasana. Dandasana, the legs are together if possible. If you have any issues, knock-kneed, back issues, then take the feet hip distance apart. Otherwise, still sitting on your height, legs are extended out in front of you. Press your hands next to you. And in Dandasana now, again, find that settling of the thighs down to the floor. Connect with your buttock bones and extend up through the left and right sides of the spine. Extend up, grow tall through your spine. Broaden across the collarbones, front shoulder back. So the whole upper arm has to draw back and bring the shoulder blades in to get that openness in your chest. Coming to Urdhva Hasta Dandasana now, pressing the thighs down, stretch up into the fingertips. Once again, connect with the buttock bones and stretch from the right buttock bone, connecting to the ground. Stretch to the right arm, from the left buttock bone, connecting into the ground. Stretch into the left fingertips. Stretch up equally, evenly. As the buttock bones connect firmly, roll to the front of the buttock bones and press the thighs down. Open the back of the knee to the floor and stretch from the buttock bones, stretch into the fingertips, and move the upper arm more and more behind the ears if you're able to, without letting the abdomen and the front ribs pop forward. Release the hands at your sides. Coming back to Dandasana. Keeping that stretch that you felt a moment ago, take your hands into a twist turn to the right. So with the right hand behind you, you press into the right fingertips, and with that pressure, grow tall in the spine and bring the shoulder blades into the body. Press the thighs down. Keep the knees partnered up. Don't allow one of the legs to shrink back. Pull yourself around to the right side with your left hand. And then coming back to center. In Dandasana, once again, find that full extension of the spine. And on an exhalation, turn to the left. Extend both legs equally. And on an exhalation, deepen your twist. Wrapping your torso around the spine, opening up across the front of your chest, shoulder blades in. Each inhalation, you're extending up, making the spine tall. Each exhalation, you're just pulling yourself around with that right hand, seeing can you use the exhalation to wring out in that twist a little bit more. And then coming back to center, to Dandasana. Right, so we'll come to Adho Mukha Virasana now. Move all your supports away from your mat. If you have knee issues, you may want a blanket underneath the shins and the knees. If you're unable to bend the knees completely like this, then take some blankets underneath the buttocks so that the knee bend is not so severe. And if you're unable to do either one of those and the knee still aches, then you'll have to perhaps modify the stretch. Adho Mukha Virasana, you're sitting on the buttock bones. The abdomen, pull it back towards the spine. And with that drawing back, connect the buttock flesh down to the heels and the buttock bones onto the heels. Abdomen back, front groins, draw them back, buttock bones down, bring your fingertips in front of your knees. And then without losing contact between the heels and buttocks, begin to stretch forward. Lengthen this abdominal region. So creep your ribs far forward, letting the sides of the trunk rest on the inner thigh. Widen your knees if you need, or bring them closer, but the sides of the trunk nestle into or onto those inner thighs. And now, looking forward, shoulder blades in, you're on your fingertips, so lock the elbows, extend the arms forward, palms flat to the floor. Release your head down now. As you release your head, press into the hands and keep grounding the buttocks down. As you ground the buttocks down and move the inner groin back firmly, against that inner groin drawing back, extend your armpits forward. So as Gita says, groin pits back, armpits forward. Find that extension in the front body in Adho Mukha Virasana. Back of the neck long, chest opening towards the floor, elbows locked. Come up onto your hands and knees. Take the feet hip distance apart and lift into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Be here in this pose for a few breaths. Hold as long as you're able to. When you need to release, you come to Adho Mukha Virasana, you release, you quieten, you extend, you prepare, and you come back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. In Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward dog pose, keep the elbows locked, keep the arms long. Shoulder blades are still drawing in towards the chest to open the breastbone towards the knees. Open up the breastbone from left to right and from top to bottom. Armpits open, elbows locked, palms pressing into the floor, especially the index finger and thumb mound. The legs extending back to stretch the heels to the floor. As you hold the pose with each exhalation, bring the spine into the body with each inhalation. Find that extension in the front and sides of the body. Firm up the thighs. Draw the front groins up and back. Release your head. To release, come onto all fours. Take the knees wide. Big toes touching. Extend back to Adho Mukha Virasana. Rest the elbows on the floor to soften the shoulders. Rest the forehead on the floor. Rest the buttocks to the heels. Walk your hands back towards your knees to come up. Take your strap for Supta Paramudasana 1 and Supta Paramudasana 2 or Pajra Supta Paramudasana. Well, you're lying on your back. Come to a position where the back waist is long, the buttocks are extending away, and the shoulders are away from the ears. So buttocks away from the back waist, abdomen settled, shoulders away from the ears. Keep the knees bent for a moment. Have a strap nearby or a tie, or maybe a tie from your robe, and take the strap around the ball of the foot. Bring the leg to 90 degrees where the heel and the hip bone align. Keep that leg straight and strong, pressing the thigh to the bone, firming up the knee joint, and extend the left leg down away from you. Stretch that left leg completely. Make sure that you're on the center of the left heel. So roll that left inner thigh down towards the floor. If you have back issues, perhaps have a brick to place under the left heel. Otherwise, left leg flat on the floor and extended. Relax the shoulders and keep the chest open. And now, with an exhalation, begin to widen the elbows to see, will that leg come closer and closer. Maintain that front groin moving away from the waist to keep this extension so you're not scrunching all of these abdominal organs at the moment. Extend the thigh away from you. Keep walking your hands towards your feet. On an inhalation, extend the legs, extend the spine, open the chest. As you exhale, press the left thigh down, bring the right leg closer. Now, holding both straps in your left hand, we're going to move the right hand out to the side. So take your right thumb into this front groin position. Keep the right leg firm, the right back of the knee open. And as you take that leg over to the right, your right hand reaches for your big toe. If you can reach your big toe, keeping the legs straight. If that's not going to work for you, take your hand on the strap and begin to let that foot come out to the side. Release your right hand, elbow to the floor, just to assist you at the moment. Take your left shoulder towards the floor. If you have space, extend your left arm out in line with your shoulder. The left thigh has to press down. The right outer thigh has to lift away from the floor. Bring that leg up, back to center. Bend the knee, hug it into Pavamuktasana, and extend the leg into Supta Tadasana. I'll show you now a different view so that you can see how the hips are kept. And if you are a beginner, getting the feet into a wall is quite a good way of stabilizing you in this pose. So we're going to do the left leg now. You'll extend the left leg up. At the moment, you're holding with two straps around the ball of the foot so that the chest is open. Keep the pelvic region level. This left front thigh, press it to the bone and open the back of the right knee. Extend that left leg completely and extend the right leg completely. Press the heel into the wall and roll that right inner thigh down. Holding with two hands, keep pressing both heels, extending both heels away, pressing the right thigh down, pressing the left thigh to the bone. Keep the shoulders, the neck, the throat, the jaw, the teeth relaxed. And as you exhale, press the right thigh down, widen the elbows. See, will that left leg come? Keep the pelvis in a neutral position, the length in the left waist, as that left leg comes over. So now, just to allow you to extend more, use your exhalation. Employ that breath C. Are you able to not only get more openness between the two legs, but also release from any pressure in the head and face? Now, take both straps into the right hand. Maintain that length and openness on the left side of the trunk. And as you take the left leg over, reach your left hand for your big toe. Release your right hand out to the side. And as you widen across the pelvis, press the right thigh down. So keep the right buttock grounded. Don't roll over to the left. And to help, suck from that left heel into this left outer thigh, outer hip region. The left outer thigh has to stay firmly to the bone, like it's resisting the floor. And from that outer groin, you have to draw from that outer hip across to the right, broadening the abdomen. Keep the right buttock and thigh grounded. And bring the leg back up to center. Hold the back of your knee, bend the knee, hug it into you in Pavamuktasana. Then placing both feet on the floor, bend your knees, roll onto your right side and up. The standing pose we're doing today is Trikonasana. If you aren't able to get your hand comfortably on the shin and you would like the support of the brick, then have your bricks near the back end of your mat and come to standing in Tadasana. In Tadasana, you stand up tall and straight. When you are on the floor for Supta Padangustasana, the inner thigh had to roll back towards the floor. So in this pose, from that center front thigh, roll the inner thighs back, roll the outer thighs back. As you take the whole front thigh back to the bone, draw the middle buttocks in and feel that lift in the abdomen. Maintain that lift in the abdomen. Continue to breathe smoothly. Arms are at your sides. Knees are firm and engaged. Elbows are locked. Coming to Utthita Hasta Padasana. Bring your fingertips to the chest. Jump on an inhalation to use that buoyancy in the chest to get a nice light lift. So on an inhalation, take the hands and feet apart. Extend into the fingertips. Roll the shoulders down the back. The legs are firm. The arms are firm. The spine is long. Lift your chest and roll the shoulders down. Turn the feet to the right. As you did in Supta Padangustasana, you had to resist this inner groin away to get that length on the side of the trunk. So now the same. Instead of moving your leg to your trunk, you're going to move your trunk to your leg, lengthening from the waist to that inner groin, front groin, and from the waist to your armpit. The leg pit moves in one direction, the armpit extends away in the other direction. The spine is long, the chest is broad. Both legs are strong and you're locking the knees. Each inhalation, lift. From the pubic bone, navel draws back to the spine, the chest opens and expands. As you exhale, can you turn the torso more by bringing this outer thigh in, exactly as you did in Supta Konasana, by tucking this right buttock and buttock flesh in, and then opening that left side of the body. Spine is long, left and right side of the torso equally long, so work at extending this right side of the body. If you need to, bring the left ribs into the rib cage to find that even extension of the left and right sides of the spine. Then pressing into the feet, inhale, come up. Utthita Pada Hastasana. And now to the left. Turn the left foot completely out. Turn right from the root of the thigh, where you're able to get that feeling that the outer thigh is drawing into the bone, that outer buttock is releasing down and in. With the legs firm, the spine extended, the elbows locked, come over to Trikonasana on the left. Work on getting equal opening in the left and right sides of your torso. The legs are your foundation, so the feet are in Tadasana, the thighs are firm, and use your exhalation to bring that right buttock bone in. Each time you inhale, you lift and extend the front body, opening and broadening across the chest, and on an exhalation, the right side of the chest has to open up, the right hip has to open up, and as you exhale, bring that left buttock bone in. Bring that left shoulder blade in. Turn the body. If you do not have a neck injury, you look up at your top hand, firm up your legs, find that inhalation to make the chest buoyant as you come up with strong straight arms and legs. Turn the feet, step or jump back to Tadasana. Be in Samasthiti for a moment. Samasthiti, like Tadasana, The spine is erect, but for a moment, just soften the limbs, keep the muscles, the skin of the body soft for a moment, and just feel the effects of your Trikonasana on your body. Connect your breath once again to the body, find that rhythm of your breath in your body. We're going to come now to Virabhadrasana number 2. So from Tadasana, bring your fingertips to your chest, and on an inhalation, jump the hands and the feet apart. Maintain that openness in the chest. From the waist up, nothing changes. The whole body remains as it is. Keeping the shoulder girdle over the hip girdle. Turn the left toes in and the whole right leg out. Bring that from the waist to the shoulders upright and in line with the pelvic girdle. As you exhale, from the root of this right thigh, bring that whole torso shifted across. Support by lifting that left inner thigh. And as you slide into the bent leg, can you open up from that groin to the inner knee and move from the inner knee to the outer knee, and once more suck that outer thigh in on both legs. Keep the pelvis broad and open, and as you exhale, descend into the right buttock, but keep that left leg firm and strong, the left inner thigh sucking up, outer edge of the foot pressing down. In the final moments, extending that left arm back, turn to look over your right shoulder, chest is lifted, shoulders released, buttocks released. Come up, by straightening the knee, come back to Padahastasana. If you're a beginner, you need to catch your breath, take your hands onto your hips. If you're good to go, extend your arms. Locking the elbows allows the arms to hold their own weight, to carry their own weight in this pose. Find that expanse from the breastbone across to the thumbs. Turn the right toes in, the whole left leg out, and once again, keep the pelvic and the shoulder girdles aligned. Keep the right leg and right arm super firm as you bend the left knee and extend over. So as you go over, turn that left inner knee to the outer knee. The left outer thigh has to suck in so that this left groin can open. Stretch back into that right hand. So keep drawing that right outer hip region in. Chest is lifted. Turn to look past your left hand. Have a few breaths there. Then press into that left heel to straighten the leg. Turn the feet. Step the feet or jump them back together, coming to Tadasana. Catch your breath, soften. We're coming now to Ardha Chandrasana. Ardha Chandrasana is a balanced pose. So if you are new to the pose, take the support of a wall. Also, if you are new to yoga and you're not very flexible, the bricks will be very helpful in raising the level of the floor up to meet you. So, come to Tadasana. And you don't have to hold it very long, we'll just do a very short one. And then if you'd like to continue your practice, you simply pause the video at this stage and repeat Ardha Chandrasana to each side a few times. From Tadasana, bring your fingertips to your chest, and again, you're using that inhalation to find that buoyancy in the pose, to lift and open and spread the arms and then the legs. So, fingertips to the chest, spine long, inhale, step or jump the feet apart. Turn both feet to the right, and we're going to come through Trikonasana and Virabhadrasana 2, which we just did a moment ago. So on an exhalation, again finding that extension in the body, come to Trikonasana. If you're using your brick, already take your brick here. Then when you step forward, you will step forward with your brick. Trikonasana, having your hand wherever you can reach, line yourself up over that leg. So often if the buttock sticks out and your chest comes forward, then this misalignment will carry through to your Ardha Chandrasana and make it very unstable. So bring that right buttock in, open the chest, shoulder blades into the body so that you find that alignment of the right side of the body over the right leg. Now, you can take your hand into your hip for balance, bend your right knee, step your right arm and your left foot forward, and in your own time, extend that left leg up, find your balance on the right hand and right leg, and come to Ardha Chandrasana. The left leg is firm and holding you. You're still bringing the right buttock in and turning from the right hip to the left to get that openness of the left groin and that perpendicular pelvis. So this left hip balancing over the right hip. Arm extends either at the sides of the body or you can take it up. And then with control, bend the knee, big step back, come out through Trikonasana. Again, with an inhalation. So on an exhalation, firm up the legs, make the legs strong, ground the feet, and as you inhale, lift up the spine. Turn the feet. Step, jump the feet back to Tadasana. Be in the Samastiti pose where the arms and the legs are quiet, the shoulders are relaxed. You're finding your breath and at the same time, just feeling the effects that Ardha Chandrasana had on your body. To go to Ardha Chandrasana to the other side, you come to the right side of your mat and you can step or jump the feet apart. With the arms extended out at your sides, keep the shoulder blades rolling down the open chest. Feel already this openness in the pelvis, and in Ardha Chandrasana you want to keep this openness so that the right hip will stack over the left. Firm legs. Turn the feet to the left. Again, extend over, extending that left side of the body, lining your left side of your body up with your left leg. Extend over to Trikonasana. Press into the feet. Firm up the legs, open up the chest. Top arm extends up. Bend your left knee. Step your left hand and the right foot forward simultaneously. Find your balance there. And then when you raise up that right leg, keep that right hip open. Left buttock, bring it in and open from the left groin to the right. Right leg is firm. That hamstring is sucking into the joint between the buttock and the thigh, and you're opening the groin. You can take your hand alongside your body also. Bend the knee, and with control, a big step back to come to Trikonasana. Firm up your legs. On the exhalation, ground your feet. Inhale, extend your spine, lift your chest. Turn the feet, jump the feet together, Samastiti. From here, we're going to go into Prasarita Padottanasana as a restorative pose. You'll step the feet apart, and when you come forward, the outer hip needs to align with the outer ankle. If you're unable to reach the floor with your fingertips, then have a brick which you can use, have 2 bricks, which you can use to be able to keep the legs straight and that extension of the spine. Right. So have bricks if you need them. From Tadasana, again, extend the spine, open the chest. Be in Tadasana for a few breaths, preparing the breath with mind, focusing on the pose at hand, fingertips to the chest. Jump the hands and the feet, lock the elbows. Now for a moment, bring the hands onto the hips. Roll the elbows back to lift the chest. Firm up the legs. In Virabhadrasana 2, when you went into the pose, that inner thigh had to lift to the outer thigh to support it. So here in Pranayama, also feel that inner thigh hugging the bone. And as you extend forward, keep the hips in line with the heels, stretch forward out of the leg pits, come onto your fingertips or onto your bricks. And with each inhalation, just lengthen the chest forward, open up the chest. Don't think of taking the head down. With each exhalation, can you grip up the thighs? Can you bring the spine into the body to make a concave spine? When you've been there for a few breaths, if you're able to keep the legs and the spine straight, then walk your hands back in line with your feet. Bend your elbows, keep the elbows shoulder distance, so don't flare the elbows out. And as you take the elbows in, move the top shoulder away from the ear. Lengthen the spine and the crown of the head down towards the floor. Prasarita Padottanasana 1. Keep the legs straight. Keep extending the spine, especially the front of your spine. Are you able to find some openness there? Elbows in, the outer upper arm wraps in so that the top shoulder can lift away from the ears. And then exhale, lengthen, see. Are you able to settle the head down to the floor? If that's not an option for you, you are hands in front of you or hands on your bricks, whatever height you need. And as you practice, slowly, 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 you will deepen your pose. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, firming up the legs. Taking the hands into the groins, firm legs to lift up. And then because your legs have been wide for a while, just walk the feet in until you feel comfortable enough to jump the feet together. In Samasthiti, take a few breaths here. Feel the quiet effect that Prasarita Padottanasana has on your brain. Enjoy that stillness for a moment. And we come into sitting Upavishta Konasana. So Upavishta Konasana, very like Prasarita Padottanasana with the legs wide. If you know that you struggle with flexibility, then take a smooth, neatly folded blanket to sit on. And when you sit on it, sit so that the buttocks are supported, but the thigh is free. Upavishta Konasana, we're taking the legs wide, sitting upright. So you need to be able to sit on the front of your buttock bones. If you are able to do that, and you do not need a blanket, then just sit straight up. When you extend your legs out to the side, you can press into your fingertips, roll to the front of your buttock bones, have your hands in front or behind, whatever works for you, and see, are you able to, without tearing anything and doing yourself an injury, are you able to widen the legs to your maximum? You have to be on the front of the buttock bones so that the sacrum can lift up and into the body. The outer buttock region drops down, the outer thigh region grounds down, the back of the leg is completely open. In Upavishta Konasana, also make sure that you're on the center back heel, the toes are pointing straight up to the ceiling, so don't let the feet roll in or out, be on the center back of the leg. Each exhalation, let the thighs settle down so that the back of the knee opens to the floor. You can take your hands next to your hips and use the pressure of the fingertips to once again get that full length in the spinal column. The front spine opening, the sides of the body opening. The back waist is long. We're going to come to Pajva Upavishta Konasana. Pajva means side, so we'll turn to the right side first, taking a twist as we did at the beginning of class in Dandasana. In Pajva, and you press that right outer thigh down And then turn from this right groin out to the sides. Keep the thighs grounded. Lift and open the chest as you extend your hands forward towards your foot. If you're unable to reach your foot, then grab a strap, place it around the ball of the foot. It is more important that you have a fully extended spine and that wonderful openness in the chest, and that you're able to access the twist versus reaching your foot and you're twisting in the wrong direction and your spine is all drooped. So whether you are holding onto your strap or whether you are holding onto your foot, can you bring the shoulder blades into the body at the back? Lift the breastbone, not the shoulders. The shoulders roll back and down. So scoop the chest forward. Scoop the chest forward, lengthen the breastbone forward. Each exhalation, you ground that left thigh down and you turn the right side of the abdomen, the chest out to the right. If you have the extension in your spine and the ability to go into the forward fold without bending and squashing the front body, then you widen the elbows, and on an exhalation, bring the left side of the back down and take your head to your shin. Elbows extending out and forward. And then come up. Come back to center. Be in the center position for a moment longer. Just to equalize, have your strap on the left side. Come to the twist. In the twist, as you ground that right outer thigh down, you need to bring these right ribs, the right shoulder blade, the right kidney band has to come forward as you reach for that left foot. And on the left side, the left abdomen, the left side of the chest has to turn. There's that Pajva action. I'm moving it to the side. So come to Pajva Upavishta Konasana, either holding onto your foot or holding the strap, as long as you're able to keep the grounding of the right out back thigh, that extension of the front body, and that turn. So give yourself however much space you need by using the strap. Every time you exhale, press that right thigh down and turn. And inhale, stretch the spine up, lift the chest. When you're ready to descend, grounding that right thigh down on an exhalation, come forward, inhale, extend the elbows and the breastbone forward. When you've been there for a few moments, come up, release back to center. In classic Upavishta Konasana, you just keep widening the legs to your capacity, and then you reach for your toes to come into the forward extension. For beginners, that may not be possible. So if you have two straps, they don't have to be exactly the same, they don't even have to be yoga belts. You hold evenly close to the feet and you lift your spine. And then you'll begin to slowly, just keeping the elbows back, rolling forward into the forward extension. If you have a little bit more flexibility, but maybe cannot hold it very long, then placing a bolster to support you as you come down gives you the chance just to work it softly there for a moment. When you come into the pose, it's an extension of the front, the sides, and the back. So first the abdomen descends, then the chest descends, then the chin, then the forehead. And on each exhalation, you keep grounding the outer thighs down. So even if you're just working in the halfway or with your straps, just open the pelvis. Just let the legs flow. Let that inner seam of the leg just open up. Again, work with a little bit of softness. Work with your breath, but don't force it. Just let the body flow into it in time. Supporting the back of the knee now. Bring the legs closer together, feet together in Baddha Konasana. Take your strap if you need to hold around the outer edges of the feet. If your feet come close enough to you and your knees come down sufficiently, just holding onto that front ankle, lengthen your spine, press the knees down, inhale, lift the spine up. Same this Baddha Konasana action is the same as in Virabhadrasana 2, where we opened the groin and we moved the knee from the front inner knee to the outer knee, from the front to the back. So it's that same action. Here, you're just doing simultaneously on the left and right sides of the body. Lengthening that inner seam of the leg and exhaling as you take from the inner knee to the outer knee down. And then release. We're going to finish off before we go into Shavasana in Supta Baddha Konasana. Supta means lying down or sleeping. Baddha Konasana is the pose we just did. So feet are together, knees are wide. We won't take support for today, just a flat one. With the support of the hands, move your buttocks closer towards your feet, coming onto the elbows. Keep the flesh of the buttocks away from the back waist. So scoop your elbows in, use your hands, do a little bit of a pelvic tilt to get the buttocks away. On an exhalation, you'll come down. Again, don't let the skin of the upper back and the shoulders be trapped up towards the neck. You're going to release this flesh and skin from the center out and down. And then the hands just at your sides, palms face up. If you struggle, if you have a groin injury or a hip injury, and Supta Baddha Konasana is a little bit uncomfortable for you in the groin and the hip region, then perhaps you can take either folded blankets or even your blocks. We have these shoulder balance foams in our yoga studio, and you can just place those underneath your thighs, however many you need to find a release. You can close your eyes here. Just take a moment to quieten the breath, to do a restorative groin opener after all the other groin openings that we did. Bringing the pelvis and the hip region just gently open with support here, and the abdomen settling down. So if you can imagine the abdominal cavity as a lake, and the abdominal contents just quietly settling down, the skin spreading from the center out to the periphery. There's just a complete release and quietness. From Supta Baddha Konasana, we're going to come into Shavasana. So supporting the outer thighs, bring your hands to the outer thigh, bring the legs together. Move your supports out the way, extend both legs, bringing the feet together to start off with. Make sure that the flesh of the buttocks is still towards the legs, back waist is long, and the shoulder blades are in their position. From the center now, allow the feet to flop out to the side. Take the heels as wide apart as you need so that there's a release in the pelvic region, a spread, and also a release in the groins and the upper thighs. Upper thighs rolling from the inner thigh out now. Upper arm tucks in, the outer upper arm tucks in, the bicep rolls open so that that side of the chest can be open, and you're breathing into that space. Feel that the back of your neck is long, so you're not extending the throat. The chin shouldn't be higher than the forehead. Tuck in your chin, throat is soft, back of the neck extended. And if you cannot get that, then take a blanket for underneath your head. Each exhalation, as you let go of that breath, Let go of any tension in the body. Feel the body melting and releasing onto your mat. With each inhalation, you keep that lift and openness of the chest and that thread of awareness that stays with Shavasana. This is a conscious relaxation. So stay with your body, with your breath. Keep your mind present. If thoughts come, acknowledge them, let them go. With each exhalation, let go of tension in the body, let go of thoughts, let go of any distractions as you let go of that breath. After a few quiet, peaceful moments in Shavasana, bring your hands onto your abdomen, connect with your breath and allow the breath to just become deeper. Each inhalation slowly touching every cell of the body, bringing you back to full consciousness. When the eyes feel ready to open, extend your arms over your head, give your body a long deep stretch, yawn or sigh the breath out. Bend your knees, keeping your right arm where it is, turn onto your right side, cradle your head in your right arm for a moment, and just curl yourself in the fetal position, left hand supporting you. Then when you're ready to come up, you bring the head up last, so pressing on your right hand, lift your shoulders up, bring the head up last, come to an upright seated position. Once again, close the eyes to keep that internal focus. Bring the hands together in the prayer position in a gesture of gratitude. Take a moment to give thanks for the health and strength of your body and your dedication in coming to your mat today. In the next breath, then let the eyes gently flutter open and focus. Namaste. Thank you so much. Keep practicing and I'll see you back on the mat soon.